Welcome to the online lecture series of Turbo Machines. Here is Professor Lakshman Mane. This is lecture on impact of jet part 11, that is force exerted on a series of radial curved vanes. This is acknowledgement to the following authors and internet resource and courtesy for being used the concepts to make this video session. In this session, you will be able to explain expression for force exerted by jet striking series of radial curved vanes. You will also be able to solve numerical on the same. Let us see practical relevance of radial curved vanes. So, radial curved vanes are used in reaction turbine. Here you can see fluid is entering to the impeller radially. So, this is a part which is called as runner, which consists of number of vanes which are mounted in a series on a wheel. For the derivation of work done per second, we need some basic parameters like power, torque and angular velocity. So let us discuss about power. Power is work per unit time. Its unit is horsepower, and 1 horsepower is equal to 746 watt. Power can be mentioned based on type of motion of the object. So there are two types, linear motion and rotary motion. Linear motion, we will take here example. This is a block which can be moved by the application of force from position A to position B through distance S. So work in linear motion is force into distance in Newton meter, while power is equal to force into distance divided by time. As distance upon time is a velocity, so power is equal to force into velocity in watt. In rotary motion, power is given as a product of torque and angular velocity in watt, where torque is equal to force into radius and its unit is Newton meter. Omega is angular velocity is equal to 2 pi n by 60 in radian per second, and n is a speed which is measured in revolution per minute. Force is expressed by using impulse momentum principle, that is rate of change of momentum in Newton. Now we will see force exerted on a series of radial curved vanes. So consider a series of radial vanes mounted on a wheel. So jet striking to the vane at the inlet and leaving at the outlet. So here point number 1 is inlet tip of the vane and point number 2 is outlet tip of the vane. Point number 1 or inlet point is at a distance of radius r1 of wheel from the center, and outlet tip location is at the radius r2. U is a blade velocity. So at point 1 u1 is equal to omega into r1. At point 2 is u2 is equal to omega into r2. Now we will need velocity triangles for the analysis. So let us see. Here are two triangles. So at the inlet, point number 1, the triangle is drawn, inlet velocity triangle, and at the outlet, that is point number 2, velocity triangle. Both triangles consist parameters. So one by one we will see. At inlet, V1 is absolute velocity of jet. VW1 is whirl velocity and VF1 is flow velocity. So whirl velocity is horizontal component of the V1 and VF1 is vertical component of V1. Mathematically VW1 is equal to V1 cos alpha and VF1 is equal to V1 sin alpha. In this triangle, inside this velocity is relative velocity. U1 is a inlet blade velocity. Now, as far as angles are concerned, angle made by absolute velocity at inlet with the horizontal is alpha and is known as jet angle or guide blade angle, while angle made by relative velocity at inlet, that is theta, is known as vane angle. So, similarly, at outlet, tip parameters are V2, VW2, VF2, VR2, U2, which are velocities at outlet, and angle beta is jet angle, that is angle made by V2 with horizontal, and phi is a vane angle, that is angle made by VR2 with horizontal. Now we will see amount of water flowing to the vane per unit time, that is mass flow rate. So it is m dot, which is equal to rho a v1 in kg per second, where rho is density of water in kg per meter cube, a area of jet, that is pi by 4 into d square in meter square, where d is a diameter of jet in meter, and v1 is absolute velocity in meter per second at inlet of jet. Now let us see torque. Torque exerted by jet on the wheel is given by impulse momentum principle, that is rate of change of angular momentum. So let us see what is angular momentum. So angular momentum is equal to momentum into radius. So at the inlet it is given as m dot Vw1 r1. At the outlet it is given as minus m dot Vw2 r2. Now minus sign is because of Vw2 component's direction is opposite to the direction of jet. So putting these two here, we can write T is equal to bracket m dot Vw1 r1 minus round bracket minus m dot Vw2 r2 bracket complete square bracket complete. So minus sign plus. So finally torque is equal to formula m dot square bracket Vw1 r1 plus Vw2 r2 square bracket complete. Unit of torque is Newton meter or joule. It is rotary work, you can see. Now work done per second, that is power, can be mentioned by three ways based on the value of beta, that is angle beta absolute velocity, angle made by absolute velocity at the outlet. So there are three ways when the beta is less than 90, when beta is 90 degree, and when the beta is greater than 90 degree. So let us see for acute angle. So P is equal to T into omega. Torque formula, we write omega, multiply this omega inside terms, we can get m dot bracket Vw1 omega r1 plus Vw2 into omega r2 bracket complete. Now as we discussed, omega r1 is equal to u1 and omega r2 is equal to u2. So substituting u1 and u2, equation becomes work done per second for acute angle, that is beta is less than 90 degree, rho a v1 bracket Vw1 u1 plus Vw2 u2 bracket complete in watt. Now the second case, when the beta angle is 90 degree, In this case, we say the discharge is radial. Now what happens when beta is 90 means this V2 component is coming and overlapping on the Vf2, means V2 and Vf2 are identical, and the point which is here, this is shifting to this point, means length of VWT is going to become 0, means VWT is 0. Thus the above formula, in that this term goes. So work done per second for beta 90 degree, that is radial discharge, that formula is rho a V1 bracket VW1 U1 into in watt. Now when the beta is greater than 90, means what happens, initially the V2 component which was inside the triangle, that comes outside the triangle in right side. So the angle is here greater than 90 degree. And also what happens, its result component VW2, its direction is also changing. Now it is in the direction of jet, which was initially, in case of less than 90 degree angle, it was opposite to the direction of jet. That's why here the sign in this formula is here minus. So work done per second is equal to rho a V1 bracket VW1 U1 minus VW2 U2 bracket complete in watt. Now there is second way to express work done per second per unit weight of water striking per second, means it is ratio of work done per second to unit weight per second, that is W dot, means m dot g, and m dot is rho a V1. So putting work done per second formula at the numerator and the W dot, that is rho a V1 g at the denominator. Now we observe here rho a V1 is a common at numerator and denominator, so get cancelled. So here formula work done per unit weight is equal to 1 by g bracket VW1 U1 plus VW2 U2 bracket complete. And important, very important, that is unit Newton meter per Newton. Per Newton means what? It is per unit weight. Now third way of expressing work done per second, that is per unit mass of water striking per second, means it is ratio of work done per second to mass per second, means mass flow rate. So work done per second formula and mass flow rate at the denominator. So here we observe rho a V1 is a same for numerator and denominator, so that's why they get cancelled. So here work done per second per unit mass formula is VW1 U1 plus VW2 U2, and its unit is what? Newton meter per kg. Per kg means per unit mass. Now efficiency. Efficiency of the vane is what? Ratio of work done per second to kinetic energy per second, where kinetic energy of jet per second is half m dot V1 square, and m dot is rho a V1. So putting the expression in the efficiency, we can have rho a V1 bracket VW1 U1 plus VW2 U2 divided by half rho a V1 V1 square. Here rho a V1 from the numerator and denominator can be cancelled. So efficiency of radial vane in series is equal to 2 into bracket VW1 U1 plus VW2 U2 bracket complete divided by V1 square, where VW1 U1 are the whirl velocity and plate velocity at inlet. VW2 U2 are whirl velocity and plate velocity or vane velocity at outlet, and V1 is what? Absolute jet velocity at inlet. Now here is a term blade velocity coefficient of friction factor. It is shown by K. Now what is it? So when water flows over the radial vanes, relative velocity at outlet is reduced because of loss of energy to overcome friction between vane surface and water. So it is accounted by a letter K, that is blade velocity coefficient. So it is ratio of relative velocity at outlet to relative velocity at inlet. Last term is here axial thrust. So this is one kind of force which comes on the wheel in axial direction. So it can be mentioned as Fa is equal to m dot, that is mass flow rate, into bracket Vf1 minus Vf2, means flow velocities, and its unit is Newton. Now we will see numerical. So first type of numerical, the statement is given: jet with velocity 30 meter per second striking to the radial curved vanes mounted on wheel, and its speed is given 300 rpm. Jet angle is given 30 degree with a tangent, and it leaves with velocity 5 meter per second. Angle at outlet is given 130 degree to the tangent. Water is flowing in outward direction. Then radius at outlet and inlet given. We are asked to determine vane angles at inlet outlet, work done per unit weight of water, and efficiency of wheel. So here we need now diagram. So let us draw the diagram. Enlist the various quantities given. V1 is given 30 meter per second. Its angle is 30 degree given. Speed is given. Now V2, that is outlet velocity, given. Radii at inlet outlets are given. Now beta is the angle with a tangent at outlet 130 degree given. Means what? Actually beta is what? 180 minus 130 means 50. So beta will be used here as a 50 degree. Okay. Now let us calculate first omega, that is angular velocity, equal to 2 pi n by 60. So putting the value of n, we get in radian per second angular velocity. Okay. Now use this angular velocity to calculate u1 and u2. How? u1 is equal to omega r1 and u2 is equal to omega r2. So you will get u1 and u2 in meter per second values. Now next is what? To find vane angle. So for that we need velocity triangle. So let us see inlet velocity triangle. So as we know, Vw1 is what? V1 cos alpha. Okay. So V1 and alpha value put, get the answer. Then Vf1 is what? V1 sin alpha. So putting the value, get the answer. Okay. Now theta, to find theta, take tan ratio, means front side Vf1 divided by adjacent side. Now it is not given here, but we can express this in what way? See, this is Vw1 and this is u1, means Vw1 minus u1 will be what? This side. So that's why formula is tan theta is equal to Vf1 upon Vw1 minus u1. Okay, so putting values, we get theta is equal to, that is vane angle at inlet. Now taking sine ratio, means front side Vf1 divided by hypotenuse, that is Vr1, we get Vr1. Okay. Now here we do assumption that vane is smooth, means no friction. In that case Vr1 is equal to Vr2. So Vr1 is equal to Vr2 value we get in meter per second. Okay. Now we will shift to the outlet velocity triangle. Now in outlet velocity triangle we will take sine beta. So sine beta is Vf2 upon V2. Okay. So in this case Vf2 is unknown. Beta and V2 are known values. So Vf2 we get in meter per second. Then we take tan ratio of beta, means Vf2 divided by Vw2. Okay. So in this case Vw2 was unknown, that we get here value Vw2. Now vane angle at outlet, that is phi. So to calculate phi, what we will do? We will take sine ratio of phi. So sine is what? Sine phi is equal to Vf2 divided by Vr2. Okay. So Vf2 and Vr2 already calculated value, putting and getting phi is equal to, that is vane angle at outlet. Now work done per unit weight is equal to 1 upon g bracket Vw1 u1 plus Vw2 u2. So putting all the velocities over here, we get weight work done per unit weight, and its unit is Newton meter per Newton. Okay. Now efficiency we have to calculate here in the theory we have seen ratio of work done per second to kinetic energy per second, but already we have here work done per unit weight value, that is numerator. So denominator also we will have to express per unit weight. So that's why we have kept here kinetic energy per unit weight, that is V1 square by 2g at the denominator. Okay, so putting the values over here, we can get efficiency of wheel in percentage. Okay, so in this way we can find various parameters. Now let us see next variety of the numerical, where here diameters are given, inner and outer, speed is given, and it is said that water is discharged radially. So meaning of radial discharge we will see just in next slide. Okay, and exit velocity is given 5 meter per second. Now in this very important that see here the something different way, work done per unit mass of water means 250 Newton meter per kg. This is given, means we have to now use formulae according to this. Okay, now here one important thing, that velocity of flow through the runner is constant is said. Okay, means flow velocities are constant at inlet and outlet. Okay, so here what is to be determined? Runner vane angle at inlet outlet and guide vane angle at inlet. Okay, so let us see. So here we will take as usual velocity triangle diagram. Given data d1, d2, v2 is given. Okay, yes. Okay, now see speed is given, then as we discuss now vf1 and vf2 both are same. Okay, and now the important thing, as the discharge is radial said, means in that case beta angle is 90. Okay, means in this case vf2 becomes v2. So here vf1 vf2 is 5 meter per second, means v2 vf1 and vf2 all velocities are 5 meter per second. ठीक? Okay, so in that way, see now we have to calculate first of all u1 u2. So formula for u, that is pi dn by 60. So let us use for u1 d1 diameter. Okay, and u2 use d2 diameter in meter. Okay, and speed also you put. So getting u1 value in meter per second, u2 value in meter per second. Okay, then now we are given work done per unit mass, that is 250. So we have to use this formula Vw1 u1 plus Vw2 u2. Again this formula is in the theory for beta less than 90. For beta is equal to 90 degree, what is Vw2 0? Means this term is becoming 0. Means work done per unit mass is Vw1 u1 in Newton meter per kg. Okay, so 250 is equal to Vw1 is unknown into u1 is calculated here. Okay, so Vw1 we get, that is meter per second. Next, now see if we observe value of Vw1 and u1, so we see that value of Vw1 is smaller than u1, but in the theory the triangle in that Vw1 is greater. Means what we have to do? We have to modify the triangle as per the values which we have got. Okay, means here when the u1 is becoming bigger than Vw1, means what? This Vr1 component is shifting and going outside, right side. Okay, but by that what happens? This theta angle, that angle becomes greater than 90, obtuse angle we say. Okay, so now we will use this new velocity triangle, inlet velocity triangle, for the calculation. Okay, our aim is what? To find inlet runner vane angle theta. So let us take tan ratio. Now this is the angle, that is what? If this is theta, then this will be what? 180 minus theta. Okay, so tan of 180 minus theta is equal to what? Vf1 front side divided by now this distance. This distance is what? u1 minus Vw1. Okay, so putting on the right side calculated values, do the calculation. Okay, so we get 180 minus theta is equal to 35.92 degree. Means theta is equal to comes 144.08 degree. This is the angle 144. See, up to this angle we got. Okay, now next is what? To find phi. So to find phi, we take outlet velocity triangle with beta 90 degree. Okay, so tan phi is equal to this v up to divided by this u2, front side divided by adjacent side. Okay, so putting the values over here and getting the calculation, phi is equal to angle, that is runner vane angle at outlet, is obtained. Now here last is what? Angle made by velocity at inlet, that is alpha. So for that we need this modified velocity triangle diagram. Okay, so here at the inlet alpha, so tan ratio is what? V up 1 upon Vw1. Okay, so putting the values of both, okay, and getting calculation, alpha is equal to, that is guide vane angle at inlet. Okay, so you get. So in this way you can solve the different problems. Okay, so after this session, now you can illustrate expression for force exerted by jet striking series of radial curved vanes. Also you can solve numerical on the same. So if you like this video, please subscribe and share. Thank you.